for a little while more for the rest to join in, okay, before we continue the lesson. Right. Yeah, let me check with the rest for a while. Sekejap. Okay, give it another 2 minutes lah, right? So if not, I will just continue lah. Lepas tu kalau tak ada orang join lagi, I will just continue. Okay, so first of all, last week there's a slight miscommunication on the part whereby we are asked to find what is the value of b when you're given the period and so on, kan? Betul? So for that part, I'm going to do a bit of I'm going to do a bit of recap, okay? So sebab I think maybe I made a bit of mistake on that part, alright? So this week to start the class, I'm gonna have to clarify something on that first, okay? So I'll clarify on that first, and then before we look into the basic identities, is that okay? Alright, so if for those who have watched the video and then if you feel that you can understand, it's good already, alright? So if not, then you can see what I'm going to explain after this lah, right? So right, okay, so the class is being recorded already, so I will just start straight away. Cikgu akan start terus. Wait, let me share my screen for a while. Hello, Amber. 吃饱了吗？吃饱啊。Okay, right. So now, last week, there is one slight problem with the period thingy, okay, with the period thingy. So I want you to understand again, all right? So on the period side, again, normally again, when we say this is why is there a problem there? Again? Because in KBSM they have a different term, and then in KSSM they are gunakan different term juga lah. So that's why there's a bit of a misconception over there, right? But then when I recheck, yes, there would be a part whereby I need to clarify with you. Now, let's say we just go back to your original sine graph, okay? So the correct thing is that when we say a full cycle, okay, okay, it will be a 2 pi, all right? For sine, let's say you have y equals to a sine bx, kan? Okay, for sine, for cos, a full cycle will give you 2 pi basically, right? So this is the original one. If let's say your b is equals to 1, this is 1 cycle, your full value up until here, it will become 2 pi. Okay, di hujung dia mesti 2 pi. This is 1 period. For this part, this is considered as 1 period. Okay, so this is 1 period. You have to understand that part lah. This is correct, no worries. Okay, so kalau satu period tu, dia memang sampai 2 pi. This is for sine. Okay, this is for sine. Amplitude is 1. Your amplitude is 1 and the lowest point is -1. So this is for sine x, alright? But then when we talk about cos pun, kalau kita cerita pasal cos pun kan, let's say if you have y equals to a cos bx kan, let's say you have talking about cos pun, you will actually have the same idea, okay, because things did not change up until 2 pi. Okay, so kamu tengok ini adalah satu cycle lah. So up until 2 pi and this is pi, this is pi and 0, right? The biggest value is 1. The smallest value is -1. So this is still considered as 1 period, alright? Dia masih lagi 1 period. Because that is a full cycle, okay? So this is a full cycle, 1 period. Kalau B kamu nilai dia 1, so means that dia sampai 2 pi. This idea is correct, tak ada masalah, okay? Now, the last one is just on tangent. Kalau tangent, you have tangent BX kan? And this is where it comes a bit of a problem. Sebab, bila kita lukis tangent kan, okay, the graph should look like this. Going up and then you have an asymptote. Okay, you ada asymptote and then you ada graph yang macam ni lagi. You have something like this again, alright? And then you have another asymptote and then coming down here, okay? So most likely you're gonna see something like this. Kalau sampai part ni, okay, only this part is considered as one period sebab dia adalah copy and paste. It's like it repeats itself. Okay, after 180 degree, so maksudnya di sini dot pi, di sini pi kan, it stops at pi. This is considered as one period. Okay, so this is something that you have to understand when we are talking about the period thingy lah dalam you punya tangent. One period is actually up until pi saja. So itu adalah satu full cycle. When your when your value of your period is pi, that means that it's one cycle. It's for tangent. Okay, so that's something that you might want to know lah. Itu adalah benda yang ada kelainan sedikit lah when we talk about tangent lah. Alright, now just go back to your example the other day kan. Okay, now I'm going to say that let's say you don't know what's your b kan. Let's say you nak cari nilai b kamu. Just an example, you want to find your value of b. Alright. This one I throw this away. Okay, cikgu nak buang yang ni. I'm going to throw this part away. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to your original question the other day. Cikgu nak gunakan original question kamu just to clarify with you. Okay, just to clarify with you. Okay. Assume that your question is you are given amplitude is 3. Amplitude and the main axis is not a problem. Okay, cuma period saja yang cikgu nak ceritakan kamu. Let's say your period is given pi. So this is the question B that I told you the other day. Okay, so 3B. Right, so the period is given pi. What does it mean? It means that when you are drawing later on, bila lukis, that cycle ends at pi sebenarnya. That is the period. Dia katakan period kamu sampai pi. That is what it means. When it says that the period is pi, kamu kena cari berapa nilai B kamu. What is the value of B? The B is actually asking you to find sekiranya lah sampai satu full cycle. In one full cycle, for your sine kan, is actually until 2 pi. Okay? Sampai sine, untuk sine kamu, full cycle is until 2 pi. So this is only up until pi saja, this part. Okay? It's only up until pi. So it means that how many more cycle to go so that you boleh dapatkan 2 pi. So kalau you tengok untuk sine x kan, so this one is your x. Sine x, as I told you, it will be, the full thing will be up until 2 pi. Dia akan sampai 2 pi. So it means that, kalau cikgu tambahkan satu lagi, right? Baru dia akan sampai 2 pi ni. You will only get 2 pi if I add another one. Okay, so this is the full cycle, sampai 2 pi. Because when you understand, bila you lukis you punya, when you draw your quadrant kan, you have 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360 kan. So this is one full turn. Up until one full turn, baru you boleh kata this is 2 pi, baru you boleh sampai 2 pi. If it's just period is 1 pi saja, so it means that it's only stopping at 180 degree. You have to add another round, you have to add another cycle supaya dia sampai 2 pi tu. Okay, so now over here, you can see that actually this one is giving you ada 2 period kat sini kan. So you have 2 period. Okay, you have 2. You have 1 period in front. Okay, you have 1, and then the second one also you have another one, right? So this one is also the same one. Okay, you ada satu lagi period. So now you have 2 as your value of B, right? Nilai B kamu akan jadi 2. Sebab memang dia ada 2 cycle kan? You ada 2 cycle untuk dapat satu full 360 degree. Okay, untuk dapatkan bahagian yang full tu, you kena lukis 2 kali. So therefore your B will be equivalent to 2, right? Now, if just in case if you are not really familiar with this particular explanation, if let's say the question is coming out next time like this juga kan, you nak cari nilai B kan? So what you're going to do is that you have to understand that when for sine, we talk about the full cycle is actually 2 pi. Satu full cycle is 2 pi. So therefore, if you want to get the value of B kan, which is the number of cycles sebenarnya untuk sampai mencapai 360 degree or 2 pi tu, so you just take the full thing which is 2 pi, you divide by the period that they gave you which is pi. So therefore, you akan dapat nilai 2. So this is how you get the value of B. Daniel ada masalah internet lah. Okay. Right, so that's how you get the value of B. Kalau you tengok sini, kalau cikgu katakan this one is B kan, B is a 2, let's say y is equals to sine 2x kan. This is correct sudah. Sebab you punya nilai 2 tu mewakili berapa kali you punya period ni. So this is considered as one period. Okay, and then this is considered as the second period. So ada 2 period dalam you punya sine x tu untuk mencapai 2 pi. Is that so far okay or not? Can you understand this part? Dapat terima? Okay ah? One means okay lah, Mina, betul lah? Yeah, boleh ah. Okay, how many of you can understand this part? Can you like type 1 for me? Kalau tak dapat, you type 2. If you cannot understand, you type 2. So I can give you some other examples. Okay, boleh Alright. This part is the one that I messed up last week because there is a misconception on the period thing lah. Okay. Sebab bila kita cerita dalam KBSM kan, it is not so detailed up until like this. Okay, so dia cuma cerita kalau nilai B tu 2, you kena lukis 2 kali. That's all in KBSM lah. Alright, so when KSSM comes, there's a bit of saya message also lambat sampai. Oh, okay. So sometimes adalah sedikit yang mungkin berlainan sedikit dengan KBSM. So there's a misconception on the period, right? So but then this one is the actual explanation lah. So let's say kalau untuk cos B the same thing. I'm just going to give you one example based on your question number 4. Alright. So kalau kita nak cerita pasal you punya cos kan, same thing. Satu full turn is 2 pi. Okay, one full turn is 2 pi. Ataupun 360 degree. So this is called one full turn, right? Kalau lah dia punya soalan kata you punya period, the period is equals to pi over 3. So bermaksud apa dia? Maksudnya kan, bila lukis, when you draw your cos kan, bila lukis cos kamu, okay, when you draw your cos, like this one is pi over 3. Okay, so dia satu period kat sini, dia katakan dia adalah pi over 3. So this is one period. Okay, tapi kan, you know, full turn kan untuk cos mesti 2 pi. The full turn must be 2 pi. Alright? So, maybe you akan kata, cikgu saya tambah lagi lah. Kalau tambah lagi apa jadi? 2 pi over 3 kan? Belum sampai 2 pi lagi. Okay? Takkan you nak buat satu tu. Okay, so actually in this particular case kan, you have to understand that sampai bahagian ni, one period they give you is pi over 3. Okay, soalan cakap, satu period tu baru pi over 3. Tapi berapa period baru akan dapat full turn tu? When I say full turn, it means that it's up until 2 pi. Dia sampai end tu. Okay, sampai 2 pi tu. Itu yang hujung. Alright? So over here, what I'm going to do is that I am just going to take, to get the value of B dalam case ni kan, untuk dapatkan nilai B tu, berapa cycle you punya cos tu. So, easy way would be just take 2 pi divide by pi over 3. Okay, just take 2 pi divide by pi over 3. Sebab satu full cycle is 2 pi. Alright, one full cycle is 2 pi. So, therefore, you boleh kata, is 2 pi divide by pi over 3. Kalau you buat 2 pi divide by pi over 3, this is what you can do. 2 pi divide by pi over 3. Divide tu tukar jadi multiply. So, we change to multiply. 2 pi is multiplying by 3 over pi. So, you buang pi dengan pi tu dapat 6. So, basically kan, kalau you lukis ni, dia akan ada 6 cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hujung tu baru 2 pi. Itu maksud dia. So, cycle yang pertama ni adalah pi over 3. So, that's why we can say that at that particular moment kan, the period is pi over 3. Sebab satu bahagian ni pi over 3 je. So, kita boleh tambah. Asal sampai 6 kali tu, baru dapat 2 pi. So, that's the full cycle of your cos. Is that okay? Original cos, Kita cerita pasal original cos, the full cycle is 2 pi, okay, Alright, so now, same thing goes to tangent, kan? Same thing goes to tangent. Sebab kita tahu, satu period dalam tangent tu, dia katakan dia sebagai pi saja. Okay? It's actually considered as your pi only. So, let's say, if we talk about your question, kan? Yang question number 5, katakan question number 5, Question number 5, you have your period, okay, question 5A lah katakan, Your period, I ask you to do a bit of correction on that one, kan? Your period is 2 pi over 3, okay? Kita nak tahu sebenarnya kalau case macam ni, erti kata lain kan, you punya tangent ni, let's say this is your tangent graph, what does it mean? It means that this 2 pi over 3 kan, is up until here. This is 2 pi over 3. Okay? Itu maksud dia, right? So it means that this one period is now 2 pi over 3. Bukan pi lagi, So, jadi kalau kita nak capaikan pi tu kan, berapalah kali you punya cycle tu you nak buat kan? How many times you have to draw on your cycle? So, easy way over here is that you know that one full cycle for tangent is pi. So, therefore, you take pi divide by 2 pi over 3. Okay, just take pi divide by 2 pi over 3. That is the only difference when we come to tangent. Alright? So, over here you can say that pi divide by 2 pi over 3. And then pi multiply. This one change to multiply 3 over 2 pi. So, buang-buang dapatlah 3 over 2. So, that is the answer for question 5A. And also, I think for question B, also the same thing, right? So, for tangent saja, kita kena gunakan the value of pi to get the number of cycle that you have. Okay, nak? Hopefully, that's fine with you. Cristiano, Amber, Debbie, Bridget, Shalene, Angeline, Mina, are you good? Yes, Okay, right? So if you still have any problem on this kan, please do let me know lah. And of course, I can tell you that actually this part is not really that, not really that significant sebenarnya. Dia tak banyak lah bahagian macam ni akan keluar. And basically, this is a new thing also in KSSM. In KBSM, dia cuma minta kamu lukis sahaja. Okay, in KSSM, they ask for how many cycles or apa, macam mana nak cari nilai B. So that is a new thing also lah in KSSM. But if you ask me, kalau mengikutkan you punya sejarah SPM kan, in KBSM, question only asking you to draw. When they give you a function, you lukis saja. So kalau you nampak ada 2, lukislah 2 kali. Kalau nampak ada 3, lukislah 3 kali. Kalau 3/2, lukislah 1 kali setengah. So that is normally how the question is being asked lah. Just because this is something that you have in the syllabus right now, KSSM. So let us just discuss on it lah. If you have any problem, then please let me know on that. Okay? Right, now, let us look into basic identities for today. We are going to try and cover 6.4, okay, all over, okay? And then we try to look into 6.5 also. 6.5 is on addition formula, okay? Addition formula. Right, now let us talk about your basic identities from last week, kan? Last week kita cerita basic identities macam mana, When we deal with basic identities, the first one that you have to remember, basic identities, okay, first one that you have to remember is sine square x plus cos square x is equals to 1. So this is the most basic one. Benda ni lah yang paling basic sekali. Cos square x plus, sine square x plus cos square x equals to 1. Ataupun nak terbalikkan pun boleh lah. Cos square plus sine square equals to 1 as well, okay? So daripada satu formula itu, this is the first formula, you can actually get a few formulas out. As from what we have learned last week kan. Kita boleh dapatkan apa lagi formula? Kita boleh dapatkan 1 plus cotangent square x equals to 1 over sine is cosecant. Cosecant square x. Macam tu. You can get this one, alright? You boleh dapatkan, this is the second formula. And then you can have the third formula, which is, you can say that tangent square x plus 1 equals to secant square x, okay? So this is the third formula. But then, always remember also, when we are dealing with these formulas kan, benda ni boleh bertukar, katakan, you see, based on sine square x plus cos square x equals to 1 kan, sebenarnya kalau kamu nak jadikan sine square sejak di sebelah kiri, you just want to get the sine square. So what happened with the cos square? Cos square tu you kena pindahkan ke sebelah. So you can dapat 1 minus cos square x. This is also interchangeable. Maksudnya you can, depending on the question, how are you going to change it berdasarkan soalan dia, okay? Just depends on the question. So which one is more appropriate? Which one is more suitable? Okay, Nat? So now these are the 3 basic identities that you were going to learn for today. Kalau boleh, catat yang ni dekat satu keping kertas. Sine square plus cos square equals to 1. 1 plus cos square, cotangent square equals to cosecant square. Tangent square plus 1 equals to secant square. Okay, if possible, jot this down in a piece of paper, a small piece of paper. This is basic identities because later on, kan, it is easier for you to refer. Okay, senang untuk kamu nak refer after this. Okay, so are we ready? Yes, So now let us look at the first question. Kita nak tengok soalan kamu yang basic identities. You see, this particular question is the one that student fear the most. Soalan yang di mana student memang tak suka sangat. Kenapa student tak suka? Sebab tak ada jawapan pun. Bukan tak ada jawapan tau. Jawapan dia sudah diberi dalam soalan. Okay, so let's say, question asks you to show the following trigonometric identities. Okay, hello Gerald, this is your first class. Make sure you have this one with you already. Have you printed that out? Yes, Okay, now, let us look at your basic identities. The first one is asking you to show the following trigonometric function. What does show means? Sometimes questions say show. Sometimes questions say prove. Okay? Prove. Tunjukkan. Show. Okay? So now, what you're going to do is that you have your equation like this. Okay? You have your function sine square divided by 1 minus cos square equals to 1 plus cos square. Okay? 1 plus cos x. Kalau kamu nak show, means that you have to actually divide this into 2 parts first. So first thing, we have to say that on the left, ini kita panggil sebagai left hand side. Okay, so sine square over 1 minus cos x, this is your left hand side. And then you have another part on the right, which one we can actually label as the right hand side. Okay? When we are talking about showing, bila soalan tanya kamu proving ka, showing ka, supposedly you have to start your question from one of the sides. You kena start buat working kamu daripada salah satu bahagian. So it's either from the left or it's either on the right, okay? And then at the end of the day kan, you punya proving tu dia akan dapat yang sebelah let's say if you start from the left, you will get the right hand side. So itu dia punya jawapan dia, okay? Basically this is, let's say kalau cikgu nak cerita ni kan, it means like this This is the question, this part is the question, this part is the answer. Okay? This is the question and the other one is the answer. So this is what we have when we talk about showing ataupun when we talk about proving. Alright? Sebelah tu soalan, sebelah lagi tu jawapan. Kalau you nak kata the right hand side is the soalan, then the left hand side is the jawapan. Okay? Alright? So now, how are we going to solve? Ataupun how are we going to show this? How are we going to show this? The trick is that you must start with a more complicated part. You kena cari satu part yang lebih complicated. Alright? So what do you think? Is it the left hand side a bit more complicated or the right hand side is a bit more complicated? You give me. The left. Everyone nampak their left. Okay, let's say if I change a bit kan, kalau 1 plus cos x equals to sin square x over 1 minus cos x. So now it becomes the right. Setuju tak? Kan? Sekarang right hand side lebih complicated kan? So this is how you do it, right? Not always we have to start from left hand side. Maksudnya, when you look at left hand side and right hand side, you try to see which one is more complicated. More complicated maksudnya dia lebih besar lah. It's a bigger term, okay? Term dia lebih besar, alright? You don't start with a simple term. You start with the more complicated ones, right? Because it's easier for you to start from a complicated one and then step by step, sampai easy. Dia daripada easy sampai jadi complicated is very, very difficult lah. Tapi daripada complicated, nak tukar jadi easy is easier. I don't know whether you can understand me or not. So itulah maksud sir. So you have to start with a more complicated side. Alright, let's say we start our working steps. Sekejap Daniel is Daniel text me sekejap Okay, so we start with the left hand side sekarang. Left hand side kamu sin square x over 1 minus cos x. I want you to see something over here. You see the right hand side kan cuma ada 1 plus cos x saja. So what you have in mind? Secara logiknya kan, this sin mesti hilang Sin tu mesti cuba supaya itu hilangkan dia. What are you gonna do Rasa-rasa bolehkah hilangkan sin ni? Ataupun can you replace that sin x to become something else? Can you replace that sin square x? What do you think? Anyone dapat bagi tahu sir? I have to try and replace this thing. I have to try and replace this one. Sin square x. Nak tukar jadi apa? Supaya kan, in the next part kan, dia tak ada sin lagi. You have to try your best to get rid of that sign. Because dekat right hand side, dia cuma ada 1 plus cos. So there's no more on sin. Okay, anyone can tell me. Ataupun you nak try tak? Guna basic identities. Yes, guna formula tadi. Guna formula tadi, maksudnya, kalau formula tadi kan, is sin square x plus cos square x equals to 1 kan? So how am I going to get rid of the sign? Sebenarnya, you boleh pindahkan this cos square x ke sebelah kan? So now your sin square x is equivalent to 1 minus cos square x. Am I right? Yes? So, can I just now, cuma pindahkan this one kan? You tengok sin square x, I replace dengan 1 minus cos square x. So, this is what you get. 1 minus cos square x over 1 minus cos x. Boleh tak? Boleh faham tak sampai tahap tu? This one is from the first formula. Okay, Mina boleh Boleh Okay good Right? So, if you cannot understand, you let me know. Kalau tak dapat ikut, bagi tahu cikgu. Okay? Right. Then you have to think another one. This is like playing chess. This is like playing chess. What's the next move? What's the next move? Apa move yang seterusnya? So this is like playing chess. What's the next move now? You have to think of an idea. Macam mana saya nak hilangkan bawah ni? Because dia punya jawapan cuma 1 plus cos x kan? Tak ada pun pecahan. There's no fraction kan? You have to think also. How do I get rid of 1 minus cos x? Okay, let me ask you one question. Before I can answer this question, I need you to understand this one first. A square minus B square. What is this? Tell me. What is A square minus B square? In your modern maths. What does it mean? A plus B, A minus B. Okay, everyone understand that one? A plus B, A minus B. Semua faham yang tu? Yes? Yes, huh? Okay. If I give you in terms of your sine and cos, katakan cos square X minus sine square X. Okay, tell me what's this? What's this? Cos square minus sine square. What's that? Kalau cikgu bagi cos square minus sine square, use the same idea. So apa jadi? Cos plus sine, cos minus sine. Very good. Cos X plus sine X, cos X minus sine X. Very good, very good. Okay? Now, imagine this. This is what you have. You see, this one. 1 minus cos square X. What do you get? What do you think? Is 1 square? 1 square juga kan? Tell me what you get. One minus cos X, 1 plus cos X. 1 minus cos X, 1 plus cos X. Very, very good. Everyone can understand this part or not? Semua boleh faham ni? 1 minus cos X, 1 plus cos X. Dia ikut formula yang ni. Boleh ikut? Kalau boleh ikut, can you type a 1? Type a 1 for me if you can follow. Okay, Alright, good job. Minus put at front. Tak apa. Minus nak letak depan pun boleh, minus nak letak belakang pun boleh. Okay, doesn't matter, okay? Whether it's plus in front or minus in front, or whether it's minus in front dulu and plus at the back pun tak apa. Okay, it doesn't really change the fact. It's okay punya, okay? So now, when we put it, kita boleh ganti kat sini sudah. Cuba tengok. 1 minus cos X, and then 1 plus cos X, and then divide by 1 minus cos X. Do you see something you can throw away kah? Boleh buang tak? Ada benda yang boleh buang ke tidak? Ada kan? Ada. Ni buang. Apa tinggal? 1 plus cos X. Is it the same thing as the right hand side? Yes. Negatif punya buang. Betul-betul. So it's the same already. So you can say shown. Inilah jawapan kamu. Okay, it's like that lah. Okay, now this particular question kan, how many of you have already done it in your school? Ada tak yang boleh, yang dah cuba buat ni? I think maybe Cristiano sudah kan? I think this one also dah. Jerif pun sudah kan, Jerif? You have done this one in your school kan? You're from college, right? College dah siap kan ni? So sudah kan? Sudah kan? Okay, so this one is what you can do, right? This is what you can do. Maybe, how to say this particular question kan, it takes a lot of practices. Okay, dia perlukan sangat banyak practice lah. And then one more thing is that dia perlukan you know inside out of the formula. You have to know inside out of your basic identities. You have to know inside out of all the formulas that you're gonna learn after this. Alright. Lepas ni you akan ada lagi tambahan. This is just talking about basic identities. This is only on basic identities. So kalau sesiapa yang tak dapat ikut kan, I will go slower. Kalau you boleh ikut, kita tengok soalan B. Alright. So this one is how we answer question A. Soalan A. This is how we answer question A. Any question that you want to ask? Ada problem tak setiap satu step tu? If you have any problem, please let me know. You always have to have the idea of, how do I get this step? How do I get the other step? Macam mana saya nak hilangkan this part? Macam mana saya nak jadikan dia hilangkan pecahan tu? Always have that kind of thinking in your mind. Okay, baru dia akan come out with some ideas. Okay, kalau tidak, you tengok saja kan, it's not gonna go anywhere. Alright, you have to have an idea how to make sure that the things that you have on the left akan jadi on the right, and then you must follow all the rules that you have learned. Okay, semua rules yang you pernah belajar. Right, now next, let us look at question B. Okay, if you want to screenshot for question A, you may do so. Right, let's look at question B pula. Question B, tangent over secant X equals to sin X. Okay, so over here, You tell me, mana satu yang kamu nak start? You nak start with the left hand side ataupun you nak start dengan right hand side? Okay, tell me. Okay, very good. You want to start from left. Okay, you nak start from left. When you start from left, means that your right hand side becomes the answer lah. Okay, start from left and then the right hand side is your answer. Okay, the question is the left hand side, the answer is the right hand side. So sekarang, start dengan tangent X over secant X. Alright, start you punya soalan dengan yang tu lah. Okay, tell me. Anything that you find, apa benda yang you rasa boleh tukar dekat sini? Anyone has an idea. You see, dia punya jawapan sin kan? Yes, very good. Cristiano, you have to change the tangent. You kena tukar tangent tu. And not only the tangent, you have to change the secant as well. You have to change the secant as well. Tangent and secant juga. Okay, tangent. What's the formula for tangent? There's a formula that I taught you last 2 weeks. Okay, ada satu formula tangent tu. You masih ingat tak? Apa formula tangent? Tangent x equals to sin x over cos x. Okay, sin over cos. Alright, sin x divided by cos x. Now, this one here is something that is not given in the exam, so that's why I told you in the first class, you mesti hafal yang tu. Okay, tangent x is sin x over cos x. Okay, okay. Now, what about secant x? Apa formula secant x? 1 over apa ni? 1 over apa? 1 over cos. 1 over cos x. So you're going to try and change to become this way. You're going to change your tangent, you're going to change your secant. You're going to tukar tangent, you're going to tukar secant kamu. Right? Whichever that you feel that you can change, just change. Yang you dapat tukar-tukar, jangan hilangkan oh. Tukar saja oh. Jangan hilangkan dia. Kalau boleh hilang, hilang nanti ya. Tapi sebelum itu, you kena tukar dulu. Right? So over here, tangent x. First of all, before I move on, yang dua-dua ni okay kah? Okay boleh Alright, so now I substitute cikgu substitute So I substitute apa jadi? Sin x over cos x di atas kan? Lepas tu bahagian bawah tu 1 over cos x. Is this okay? Bawah tu boleh terima? Okay Kalau okay, kita tengok. This one, kalau lah let's say you dah pro kan, boleh je buang cos tu, betul tak? Boleh je buang cos tu. So jawapan kamu jadi apa? Sin x lah. Kalau dah pro lah, okay? So jawapan kamu jadi sin x, then this one is shown. Okay, simple je dapat sin x. Tapi kalau belum pro lagi, then you buat step ni Okay, kalau belum pro lagi, buat step ni Sin x over cos x divide by 1 over cos x. Okay, divide by 1 over cos x. Divide tukar jadi darab. Sin x over cos x darab dengan cos x over 1. Cos dengan cos hilang, so jawapan dia sin x. Okay, you can do this, alright? If you have done so many questions, you will be sure cos di atas dengan cos di bawah memang boleh buang sudah. Right? You can throw that away. So your answer becomes sin x. Tapi kalau rasa you're not sure, if you're not sure enough, you rasa masih lagi ragu kan, then do the step here. Buat step tu. Okay, so pecahan, divide by pecahan, bahagi tu tukar jadi darab, you akan terbalikkan you punya fraction on the right. Then that's what we call as the reciprocal, then you dapat jawapan dia juga. It's the same thing. Okay, how many of you can follow this one? Type 1. If you can follow, type 1 for me. All right. Bridget, Angeline, okay. Bridget, Shalene not okay. If you're not okay, please ask. Mana bahagian yang you tak okay? Bridget? Okay, so those blur. Blur bahagian mana tu? Blur bahagian mana? Is the first question okay, Shalene? First question boleh? First question okay. Question number 2. Apa yang blur? Mana satu bahagian blur? Okay, for those yang sudah okay, cuba buat soalan C. Soalan C try and challenge yourself soalan C tu Most likely you can bagi tahu sir kan, I will start with the left hand side, okay? Start with the left hand side. And then if you can do, you do question D also, start with the left hand side also, okay? So later on I will check with you how do you solve this one, right? So I'm going to go with Shalene now. Okay, Shalene, which part that you feel you cannot understand? First part maksudnya daripada sini kah? Yang ini kah? This one? This one? This part, sin x over cos x kah? Ini formula dia, so maksudnya you can hafal dia. Hafal saja. Tangent x is sin over cos. Boleh tak? Tangent X is sine over cos. You hafal saja. Memang dia itu formula dah. Memang formula dia macam tu. Okay lah. Sama juga kalau you tanya sir, kenapa formula sin square plus cos square equals to 1? Ini formula dia. So that's why you hafal saja yang tu. Okay? Ini masih okey lagi. Ini diberi dalam exam. Okay? Exam punya formula list dia ada bagi. Tapi yang ini tak ada. Tangent X equals to sine over cos. Sometimes in your Addmath kan, you have to accept lah. Okay? Contohnya tangent X equals to sine X over cos X. You have to accept that. Dia adalah dia punya formula. Is that okay? Kalau nak buat dia punya explanation, actually ada lah. Last 2 weeks, I have already explained to you kenapa tangent X tu adalah sine over cos. But then, if let's say you cannot understand the explanation kan, then you please hafal. Tangent X is sine X over cos X. Shalin, okay? Hafal yang tu. Sine over cos. Boleh? Okay ya? Lepas tu, yang ni, secant is 1 over cos X. Yang ni okay, boleh hafal ni. Secant is 1 over cos X. Boleh lah. Yang tu boleh. Okay, so sekarang lepas tu apa nak buat? Tangent X tu tukarkan jadi sin over cos. Secant bawah tu tukar jadi 1 over cos. Is that good? You tengok step tu. Can you understand or not? Masuk je. Yes, masukkan saja sin X over cos X. Lepas tu bawah tu jadikan 1 over cos X. Masukkan saja. The thing is that you have to this one memorize. Okay? In your Addmath banyak benda yang nak memorize actually. There are so many things to memorize, right? If you really want to understand every single part kan, I am afraid that some part you might not be able to, right? Because memorization will help lah. Okay, dalam part ni. Because tangent X equals to sine over cos, kalau you nak fahamkan boleh. Cuma tak ada guna nak fahamkan sebenarnya. Okay, so that's why tangent X is sine over cos. That is one of the formula that you have to by heart. Yang kamu boleh memorize, alright? That you have to memorize, alright? So over here, you have sin X over cos X and then satu bahagian cos X. Masukkan saja. Lepas masukkan, hilangkan cos X tu. This idea okay, bawah ni. Okay, right. So simple lah. Itulah jawapannya. Okay, Right, so Shalin, kalau okay, you tengok soalan C dengan soalan D. Okay, everyone, you can try and look at question C and question D ya. Question C ya. Banyak benda dalam soalan C tu. Complicated dia tahap apa tak tahu kan. Try that out first. Okay, I give you 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, if you want to screenshot the question B pun boleh lah. Kesiannya Daniel tak dapat masuk. Aduh, Daniel punya line memang tak ada. Kesian dia. Giraffe, you can understand Giraffe? Boleh ya? Okay, so try out question C ya. Question C kan, you have to ask yourself, siapa yang you nak tukar? You nak tukar tangent ni tak? You want to change the tangent or not? You want to change the tangent or not? No why not lah Amber? Kenapa tak tukar leh? Why don't want to change leh? Because sini ada tangent kan? Yalah, this is something that you have to have in mind lah. Sebelah tu ada tangent kan? Janganlah tukar dia kan. Nanti tak ada tangent lagi. Nanti you kena fikir lagi macam mau keluarkan tangent. So, ada tangent siap-siap jangan tukar dia lah. Yes, Mina, yalah. Dah sebelah kanan tu jawapannya ada tangent. Janganlah pergi tukar tangent depannya. Jadi saya ada tangent lagi. Lepas ya, kena fikir lagi cara. Kena fikir lagi cara. Macam ni nak keluarkan tangent tu. Dah adanya siap-siap ada tangent. Pakai je dulu. Okay, just use that one lah. Alright. But then, maybe lah, at the first part, let's say, Mina, jap. If you want to change, boleh ya. Sebab I think later on pun ada satu part that you have to change it back, alright? Dia ada banyak cara dia lah. Tapi actually kalau you nak tukar pun boleh. Jangan padam. Teruskan saja. Boleh, tak ada masalah. Later on I will teach you how to change it also lah. Cikgu nak ajar kamu cara nak tukar juga. Okay, just dah start dah. Okay, sekejap ah. Kita dah tukar tak ah? Mina dah tukar kan? Okay, let me try with tukar punya. Sekejap ah. I think change is better lah. Change is better lah. Change is better. Change is easier to get the answer, right? Kalau tak tukar, kena tukar lah. Siapa ni? Amber. Tukar, I think tukar better. Tukar. Because I also use changing tadi. So some point of time you have to change, ya, to tukar. Tukar better. Nanti dia tukar balik senang lagi. Sin tukar jadi cos, sin over cos tu tukar balik jadi tangent. It's easier that way. So that's why lah, in this part of the question kan, this is the problem yang student tak suka lah. Bila masa nak tukar, and then dah tukar tu, macam nak tukar balik, okay? Try it. Okay, now, over here, tengok ah. This is what I'm gonna do. I throw this part away. On this part, I throw it away, okay? Because panjang sikit langkah dia. Cristiano, did you get the answer? Did you try it out? What do you get? Dapatkah? Can you prove that one? Okay, you see, first of all, some of you might say, I want to change this one to become, I use a different color. I want to change this one to become 1 over cos kan? Okay, tukar jadi 1 over cos, alright? As I told you just now, maybe you want to change this one also lah. Tangent x tukar jadi sin over cos. So this is what you get over here. 1 over, this is 1 over cos x. And then minus sin x over cos x. Is that good? That's the first one. Is that good? Secant x minus tangent x equals to 1. Secant square x, Oh. Okay. Ini cara Cristiano. Boleh juga. If you don't want to change pun boleh. So Cristiano said like this. Okay. Actually banyak cara nak buat lah. This one is what you can do. You tengok. If let's say if I have a 1 over a kan plus 1 over b kan, macam mana cikgu nak jadikan dia satu single fraction? How do I change to become single fraction? This one darab b, atas tu darab b kan? Ini darab a, atas tu darab a, betul tak? So you have b plus a over ab. Is that correct? Samakan debah. Yes. So that is what you can do, right? So same thing goes here lah. Okay, same thing goes here. You can also do the same thing over to your fraction. Okay. So cara cikgu cross multiply saja. Okay. Bawah darab dengan bawah, kiri darab bawah, kanan, atas kanan, bawah darab bawah kiri. Okay, so you can just do like that. Alright. So contohnya macam tadi kan, 1 over a plus 1 over b kan, you cross multiply and then darab dengan a dan b. Pun boleh. You can do that. Alright. No worries. So now you have B plus A over AB. Ini cara yang cikgu buat selalunya lah. Okay, I just buat some cross like that, right? So cross multiply, so you can dapat you punya single fraction. That's how you change to become single fraction. Okay, so now what we have here is that, ini cikgu ikut cara Cristiano dulu lah. So what happens is that your secant x plus tangent x. Secant x plus tangent x kita darab dengan 1. So dapatlah secant x plus tangent x. Di atas lah. Lepas tu kan minus. This one, 1 darab dengan bawah ni dapat secant x and then plus tangent x. Is that okay? Masih okay? Lepas tu bahagi dengan secant x minus secant square x minus tangent square x. Boleh tak? This one masih dapat terima kah? Boleh? Sebab nampak secant x, serious. My bad. Secant x minus tangent x. Lepas tu kalau darab dengan secant x plus tangent x, ini kan dia akan jadi secant square x minus tangent square x. Dia seolah macam a minus b times a plus b tadi kan? So dia akan jadi a square minus b square. Is that okay, anak? Okay ah? Alright, now bawah tu dah jadi secant square x minus tangent square x kan? Okay, now over here, patah balik kepada formula yang kita belajar tadi kan? Okay, what's the formula? So over here, secant square x minus tangent square x. Ini kalau you pindahkan belakang dia. So secant square x minus tangent square x is equivalent to 1. Sama dengan 1 ah. Alright? So this one you boleh gunakan idea ni. Secant square minus tangent square equals to 1. So patah balik lagi. Bawah tu boleh tukar jadi 1. Okay, the one down here you can change to become 1. Okay, boleh tukar jadi 1. Lepas tu atas tu secant x dengan secant x hilang. So tangent tambah dengan tangent, you get 2 tangent x. Okay, dapat 2 tangent x. Alright, so this is a very advanced way of doing lah. Okay, dia tukar menggunakan secant square minus tangent square x. Boleh dapat jawapan terus, right? Tetapi maybe some of us kan, we tend to change the secant and the tangent. So later I'm going to teach you the other way also. Okay, ada satu lagi cara, tapi mungkin panjang sikit lah. Kalau you boleh nampak this one, you can see this one, it's easy. Very good job, well done, Cristiano. Okay, sangat-sangat bagus, alright. So this one is the easiest way lah. Tapi dia, how to say, you have to really know inside out of your formula, right? Tapi kalau you tak dapat yang ni, let's say if you cannot get this one, right? If you cannot think of this way, I think most of you may be think of sine over cos, okay? For tangent, you boleh tukar jadi sine over cos, cos over sine macam tu atau 1 over cos kan? So let us try this one as well, okay? Cuma dia punya langkah tu ada lebih lebih kurang ada tambahan 2 langkah lah, right? So if this is okay with you, jot this down, okay? Jot this down, alright? How many of you are okay with this one? Boleh faham tak? Cristiano, of course lah. Cristiano yang punya cara tadi. Okay ah. Mina okay ah. Amber boleh ah. Debbie okay. Alright. Some of you might have an idea whereby your secant nak tukar jadi 1 over cos. Can that be done? Yes, actually. So kita try this out. Okay, kita cuba ni. Let's say kita gunakan we're gonna use the same thing ah. Okay, cikgu nak gunakan benda yang sama. So 1 over secant x and then minus tangent x. Lepas tu minus 1 over secant x. Okay, lepas tu plus tangent x. Alright, let's say you tak nampak dia boleh didarab silang macam tadi. Okay, let's say you cannot see it, right? Tapi the most important one is that you can see, secant boleh tukar, tangent boleh tukar. Sebab jawapan dia adalah 2 tangent x kan? We can change that one. Alright, probably you can do this. You akan jadikan dia sebagai 1 over cos x and then minus sin x over cos x. Alright, that's what you can do, right? Lepas tu minus lagi, bawah ni sama saja. 1 over cos x, tapi tambah dengan sin x over cos x. Okay ah? So I think this one also can be done. Tak ada masalah. Nothing is wrong here. Okay? So next, what happened is that, bawah ni, you can samakan dia punya denominator. So it means that you have 1 minus sin x over cos x. Lepas tu plus minus. Minus 1 plus sin x over cos x. What do you think? Are you still okay? Boleh terima lagi? Okay ah? Boleh ah? Boleh ah? Okay, so next what happened is that you akan dapat this one is cos x over 1 minus sin x minus cos x over 1 plus sin x. Masih dapat lagi sebab dia, let's say you have 1 over A over B ya. Sebenarnya you boleh tukar ni jadi B over A. Dia terbalikkan saja. Boleh ah? Then after this step kan, actually the same thing lah. Dia akan jadi you akan samakan dia punya penyebut dia. Okay, you akan samakan dia punya penyebut dia, which is by using cross multiplication. You boleh cross multiply sini. Cross multiply. Okay, so I'm going to throw this thing away. Alright, it can be done as well. Okay, so over here what happens is that you have cos x and then plus sin x cos x. Okay, sebab kamu darab lah, ataupun cikgu buat dalam bentuk kurungan lah supaya you nampak lebih senang. Cos x darab dengan 1 plus sin x. Lepas tu minus cos x darab dengan 1 minus sin x. And then over, this one kan, yang ini darab dengan ini, you akan dapat 1 minus sin square. Alright, dia seolah macam yang a square minus b square tadi. Okay, same thing. Alright, sebab you ada A tolak B, lepas tu darab dengan A tambah B. Okay, you akan dapat 1 minus sin square. Alright, next, I am just going to darab masuk. Okay, so over here you can have cos x plus sin x cos x minus cos x plus sin x cos x. Divide by 1 minus sin square x, which is cos square x. Alright, so apa yang hilang sekarang? Apa yang kamu akan hilangkan? Okay, you akan hilangkan cos dengan cos. Okay, gone. Lepas tu yang ni, sin x cos x plus sin x cos x, you akan dapat 2 sin x cos x over cos square x. Cos square hilang, 2 sin x over cos x. So answer is 2 tangent x. Alright, so this one is a bit longer lah. Ini adalah langkah yang lebih panjang lah. Tapi kalau let's say ada yang tak nampak tadi kan, yang secant tolak dengan tangent dapat dengan satu kan. So maybe this is what you can try, alright? But then this is a bit longer lah. Kalau yang tadi kita kata kita tukar you punya secant and so you tukar you punya tangent. Both are actually going to have the same answer lah, alright? You can actually see which method that you prefer lah. Alright, so kalau you memang faham inside out of the formula, you can use the first method just now. Memang you dapat jawapan dia by just 2 steps lah, dapat jawapan dia, okay? Alright, so how many of you still can follow this one? Can you type 1? How did it become 2 tangent? Okay, macam mana ini jadi 2 tangent kan maksud kita, Mina? Okay, so maksudnya 2 darab dengan sin x over cos x. Nah, apa benda sin over cos ya? Tangent. So that's why you dapat 2 tangent x. Okay. Boleh ha? Okay, so when we are talking about proving kan, dia tidak semestinya satu cara saja. Dia banyak cara dia. There are so many different ways. Just that you must follow the rules lah. Rules yang betul, memang you akan dapat jawapan dia. Okay, some maybe go menyimpang jauh sikit, tapi dapat juga jawapan dia lah at the end lah. Okay, yeah. So it's up to you. Tengoklah mana cara yang you lebih prefer lah. Okay, kalau you prefer the first one, go ahead with the first one. Sean, yeah, you can write the word Sean lah. Sebab yang ni cikgu tak ada tempat lagi. Bolehlah tulis Sean tu. Sean, okay. Tambah perkataan Sean tu, okay. Alright, so this is done. Screenshot it, okay, screenshot it. And let us look at question D. Okay, try it out, question D kamu. Cuba tengok dapat tidak jawapan dia. Try out, Try and see what you can do, okay. Amber, okay my Amber? Oh, you have to go already. Alright, bye-bye Mina. Okay, bye-bye. Right, so you can look at question D now. Okay, cuba tengok soalan D kamu. Question D. if you ask me kan, berapa markah soalan ni? Oh? Do you want to ask me? How many marks is this? Yeah, 2 marks only. Correct, Amber. 2 marks only ya. 2 markah saja. Dua markah saja. 1 markah untuk boleh tukar-tukar 1 markah. And then, ya, tu sajalah sebenarnya. 1 markah and then jawapan akhir dia 1 markah. Ya, 2 markah saja ni. 2 markah saja. That's why kan, I said to you before kan, kalau you pandai lukis kan, lukisan tu 4 markah, draw the graph kan, draw the graph 4 marks lukis graph 4 markah proving 2 markah saja, okay? So, jalan. What to do lah, tapi baguslah tu, baguslah. Dia bagi soalan susah, dia markah sikit kan. Daripada dia soalan susah, dia markah besar lagi lah kan, betul tak? This question here, kalau dia bagi 10 markah kan, kalau lah bayangkan kan, soalan macam ni kan, you have to use so many things to find the answer kan. Dapat 10 markah, let's say you cannot do it kan, 10 marks gone 10 markah hilang. So it's a good thing also. It's a good thing also whereby the question which is difficult, dia bagi markah dia 2 saja. It's good thing lah sebenarnya. A very good thing. 2 marks only. So now question D. How many of you try and got the answer already? Siapa yang dah dapat daripada left hand side, dapat right hand side sekarang? I think most of you will start with left hand side lah sebab dia lebih besar kan ataupun dia lebih complicated. So left hand side go to the right hand side. Last time I tell you lah, bila cikgu belajar ni dekat sekolah when I was in school kan, cikgu selalu tukar lah whatever I can tukar. Lepas tu tak dapat jawapan dia, I tulis balik je right hand side tu. So means that lepas tu tak dapat dah, tulis balik 1 minus cos square x and then tulis Sean kan. But then I don't know lah, sama ada lah SPM tu dia bagi markah tidak lah time tu I don't know lah. Tapi that is what I normally do last time. Because this part is really seriously also a pain in the ass, okay? Last time lah, during my time also the same thing, okay? Some questions is even difficult, lagi susah, and then markah dia 2 saja. So that's why I don't bother mana-mana cikgu boleh tukar, cikgu tukar saja. At the end of the day, tukar dua-dua. Tukar dua-dua, left and right kah maksud kamu, Jeref? Tukar left and tukar right kah? Tukar dua-dua tu actually tak boleh. Kalau you nak how to say you want to change from both kan, lepas tu sampai satu benda yang sama, and then kamu cuba patah balik proses dia boleh lah. So it means that you must start off with the left hand side and then your answer must be on the right hand side. Ini adalah dia punya proper step. Tapi kalau let's say ada sometimes you fikir ini maybe cikgu tukar yang ni jadi sin square. Lepas tu from sin square I change to so maybe you boleh buat daripada left, you boleh buat daripada left, you boleh buat daripada right. Maybe sampai satu tahap tu dapat benda yang sama. You get the same thing kan. Tetapi when you have that thing, you kena you kena patah balik untuk dapat jawapan dia. Right? Which I don't really advise lah. Cikgu tak berapa advise tu. Takut nanti kamu tak dapat. Dua-dua belah you tak dapat benda yang sama. So just focus on one part to get the second part, right? Because markah cuma 2 saja kan. So that's why I normally just advise like that lah. Tak perlu nak fikir sangat panjang. So just try out and see whether you can start with left and then end with the right. Ataupun start with the complicated one and with the easier one, okay? Okay, anyone got the idea already? Siapa nak tukar sekarang? You nak tukar siapa? Which term that you want to change? Anyone? The first term. I try to follow you. Kalau boleh. Kalau dia memang boleh dapat jawapan dia, I follow you. Tangent to sine over cos. Okay, good. Gambar, good. Cotangent Cotangent tak mau tukar. Tukar tangent to sine over cos. Cotangent mau tukar kah? Need. Cotangent tukar jadi apa? Cotangent tukar jadi cos over sine. Terbalik saja. Okay. Cotangent tukar cos over sin. Secant mau tukar secant. Kalau you mau tukar semua tu, okay? You can change everything, right? Cuba tukar semua tu, so what happen? Sin x multiply by 1 over cos x. And then divide by, you want to change everything. So over here you have sin x over cos x, and then plus cos x over sin x. Tukar yang tu. Alright? So, what happened next? Atas ni jadi sin x over cos x. Okay? Sin x over cos x. And then, bawah tu jadi sin square x plus cos square x over cos x sin x. Wait for a while.什么？370 selling price。有人问370 still negotiable。有人问370。Okay, so what happened next? Apa yang berlaku seterusnya? So, what happened next is, tengok Yang ini kan, sin square, I use a different color. Sin square plus cos square. What do you think this is equals to? Yes, you can change to become 1. You boleh tukar jadi 1. So over here you have sin x over cos x divide by 1 over cos x sin x. Okay? So, kalau you nampak divide kan, what happens? Sin x over cos x multiply by cos x sin x. Okay, cos and cos boleh buang kan? So tinggal apa? Sin square x. So sin square x is 1 minus cos square x. So this one is proven ataupun shown. Okay, na Amber 可以接受。Let me see Okay 现在我试这个。Okay. Actually, ada satu lagi cara. There's another way of doing it. Alright. So let's say if you don't want to use this way kan, there's another way of doing it. Maybe Cristiano use another way. Cristiano, what do you use? What method do you use? This is the same thing, or you use another one? Another one. Okay. What's your idea? What is your idea? So you change everything to become tangent. Betul tak, Cristiano? Is that what you do? You change everything to become tangent. Okay, so if that's the case, then this is another method, right? Now, that's what I said. Dia banyak cara sebenarnya nak buat ni. If let's say you can change to become tangent kan, how are we going to start with this one? So you tengok sin x, and then secant x over tangent x, and then plus cotangent x. Okay, you can do this. Tukar semua jadi tangent x. So therefore, first of all kan, you tukar sin x over cos x tu kan, you nampak tak this one? Sin x multiply by 1 over cos x kan, and then divide by tangent x plus cotangent x. Yang ini kan, this one is sin over cos. Sin over cos you can change to become tangent. Tangent divide by tangent x plus cotangent x. Cotangent x maksudnya apa? Cotangent x maksudnya 1 over tangent x. Okay, so far, are you still following me? Up until here? Okay, right? So now, bawah ni kita cuba simplify dia. Okay, we try to simplify the one down here. So therefore, what do you get? Tangent x over tangent square x plus 1 over tangent x. Right? So you're going to get something like this. Tangent square x over tangent square x plus 1. Okay? And then tangent square x over tangent square plus 1 is secant square. Secant square x. Okay, tapi actually panjang juga lah, enggak ada lah. Oh, tidak juga lah, pendek mana. Oh. Okay, so over here, you can say that this one is sine square over cos square, and then divide by 1 over cos square. So cos square dengan cos square boleh hilang. So dapatlah sine square. So sine square is equals to 1 minus cos square x. Sama juga lah. Is this how you do kah, Cristiano? Is this how you do? Okay. So basically both are also lebih kurang sama panjang lah langkah dia. Amber okay lah? Okay 吗？有哪个 part 不明白的吗？Oh, you prefer first one lah. Okay lah. Mana-mana lah. Okay, so you see which part that you feel is easier for you lah. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you must follow my method ataupun follow the book punya method, because banyak dia punya cara untuk dapatkan jawapan yang sama, because this is just asking you to prove. Alright, you ask you to prove, you can use any method that you like. Okay, as long as it is following the rules. Okay, as long as it's following the rules, then it's correct. Okay, kalau dia betul lah. Cikgu, yang cikgu bulat warna hitam tu tadi macam mana dapat? Yang warna hitam yang ini kah? Ini kah? Oh, ini. Macam mana dapat satu kah maksud kamu, Debbie? Oh, macam mana cikgu dapat yang ini? How do I get this one? Daripada sini macam mana cikgu dapat dia? Is that what you mean? Okay. Alright. Sekejap okay. Cuba tengok ni. Ini kan? Ini pecahan kan? Cikgu nak fokus dengan pecahan ni, okay? Nak dapatkan yang bahagian di atas tu, cikgu darab silang. Okay tak? Dia seolah macam A over B tambah dengan C over D. So kalau pecahan kamu kan, apa cikgu buat? Cikgu darab silang. So dapat AD tambah dengan BC, lepas tu bahagi BD. Okay kah, Debbie? So bila cikgu darab silang, sin dengan sin akan dapat sin square. Sin with sin akan dapat sin square. So dapat sin square, lepas tu plus tu masih plus lagi ya. Lepas tu yang cos dengan cos akan dapat cos square. So that's how you get sin square plus cos square. Okay, Debbie? Alright. Okay, ada soalan lain mau tanya kah? If you have any other question, please ask. Bridget, soalan? Sherlyn, soalan? Angeline? No? Angeline ada? Ada soalan, Angeline? Okay. Alright, so this one, please try and tak ada. Okay So try to understand also. Kalau tak dapat, kita buat lagi. Okay, kalau tak dapat, you just let me know, right? So we will do it with you again, right? If you feel that this one is very tough kan, then don't worry so much lah. As I told you in your exam, ini cuma 2 markers saja, just only 2 marks. Jangan worry sangat lah. Soalan ini tidak akan affect the next question. Dia macam soalan ni je lah, tak ada dia kaitan dengan soalan lain. Okay, so means that you will not have any effect on the other chain of the questions. Kalau dah soalan A, B, C, ini soalan A, dia tak akan affect soalan B. Soalan B, soalan C, you boleh jawab dengan independently. Maksudnya, it is not really affected by the question A, right? Kalau you rasa betul-betul sangat-sangat susah dalam exam, it's okay. Not worry so much lah. Don't worry so much lah. So look at question C pula. Try that out. Okay, cuba buat soalan C sendiri. Try that out. Jareth, what do you think, Jareth? Are you okay, Jareth, so far? Which chapter are you at now, Jareth? Oh, you have finished everything already. You finished everything already? Oh, you finished everything already, ya? College habis semua sudah. Not bad. Cristiano also, right? Cristiano pun habis semua kan, Cristiano? Chunghua Yu pun dah habis semua kan? Oh, change teacher. I see. Oh, you're with Amber teacher now. Oh, so you go in the same class with Amber now lah? Okay. Oh, Gabong. Why lah your teacher kenapa? Bersalin ke apa? Give birth kah? Oh, I see. His teacher cannot one. Really, Amber? Ya kah? Oh, okay. Ya kah? Oh, I see. But then if he finish everything by now kan, it's actually a bit fast lah. Too fast lah to me. Too fast lah. Sangat laju. So now Amber's teacher is okay lah, Cristiano. Amber's teacher is better lah. Okay lah. Alright, so look at question E. Look at question E. Try it out first. Okay, cuba dulu. I think by now you have an idea already. Okay, maybe I want to change my secant. Maybe I want to change my cosecant. Try, okay? Just try. Last time kan I tell you when I was doing my Addmath kan dengan kamu orang masa when I was your age kan. This paper ni you kena standby banyak. You have to standby banyak paper ni, okay? Because when you just learn kan, you are not able to see mana satu formula yang nak gunakan, okay? So maybe you want to change and then sampai satu part tu you stop. And then you buang lagi, you kena change lagi, you kena buat lagi, and then you start. And then you change again, you start. Okay, so that's what I have been doing last time lah. So maksudnya, this is not easy to understand, but then if you can do it and multiple of times, you have a lot of experience, you nampak soalan tu, you might want to know siapa nak tukar dulu. You have an idea already, okay? Somehow you ada idea sudah, siapa yang kamu nak tukar, okay? Try that out first, okay? See whether you can get question E or not. Amber, which one do you change? I try to follow you if it's correct. Which one do you change? Which one do you start? You start with left or you start with right? 你 start left hand side 还是 right hand side? Left. Okay, you start with left. So I start with left also lah. So cos x, cosecant x. Okay, I start with left. So siapa you nak tukar sekarang? Which one do you want to change? Do you change this one? Cosecant x? You change this one kah? Okay, you change this one also. Secant x you change also. Okay, very good. Because normally we don't want to kacau yang basic punya, like sine, cos. We try not to kacau first, okay? We don't kacau the basic punya. Sine, cos, tangent. Kalau boleh jangan kacau dia. Kacau dulu mana-mana yang you rasa yang bukan basic. So for example over here is cosecant and secant. You can change that one. So over here what you get is you have cos x over sine x. Okay, cos x over sine x. Can I do that? You can understand or not? And then plus sine x over cos x. You can understand that one? How many of you can understand? Can you press a 1? If you cannot, you press a 2. So I can do a bit more elaboration. Boleh faham kenapa dia jadi macam tu? Oh, okay, right. So now I elaborate this one first. You see, because I want to try and make it shorter. Tapi tak apa. Nanti kan kamu takut bah tengok dia punya langkah dia panjang sangat. So over here kan, this one here, cosecant, I change to become 1 over sine x. Jareth, do you know that cosecant can change to become 1 over sine? Is that okay with you, Jareth? Since this is your first class kan? You're okay with that one? Okay, so over here, you have multiplying by cos x in front. Lepas tu plus sine x, and then you multiply with 1 over cos x. Is this okay? This secant x, you can change to this one. 1 over cos x. Is that good, Jareth? Ya kan? Boleh ah. So after that kan, when you can do that, bila you dah boleh buat macam tu, this part here, I can straight away write cos x over sine x. And then plus, this part I can write sine x over cos x. Like that. Is that okay? Okay or not? Okay, alright now. You see, since you have a fraction, can I change to become a single fraction? Sebab di sini mana ada fraction kan? This one tak ada fraction. You have to tell yourself, oh, there must not be a fraction anymore. So can you change to become a single fraction? Debbie, tell me apa yang berlaku. Debbie, tell me what happened now. Apa yang cikgu nak buat? What's my next move? Darab silang. Macam tadi ya, darab silang. So apa jadi? Atas darab atas. Cos darab cos jadi apa? Cos kuasa 2x. Lepas tu plus. Lepas tu bahagi. Okay. Amber, 你做到这边了吗？ Have you done up to the part? Is that okay? Yeah? Okay, now. Amber, tell me, what is this? Very good. 1 over sine x cos x. Okay, not 1 over sine x cos x. Simple lah. Huh? So now you get 1 over sine x multiplied by 1 over cos x kan? So apa sine x? Sine x is cosecant kan? Cosecant x. And then secant x. Nampak tak sama dengan atas tu? Cosecant x, secant x. So now this is shown. Okay, ma? Siapa yang tak dapat faham kan? I think one more pro liao. Ui, ha. Good. Okay, so I think if you can think until here kan, this is something that's very good for you already. Okay, so it means that you have an idea already. Siapa nak change, how to change become a single fraction. Okay, so try one more F. Do one more F. One more pro liao. Okay, do F. Kalau ada soalan kan tanya. Bridget, Angeline, Shalene, if you have any problem, please ask. Don't keep quiet. Jareth, are you okay, Jareth? Okay. Okay, look at question F. Question F, think of whether you want to start from the left or from the right. Kalau cikgu start from the left lah. I can say most of the time start from the left lah. Most of the time. But if you just see dekat sebelah kiri tu cuma ada satu function je. Maybe tangent x equals to blah 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 kan. Then of course you start from the right lah. Jangan pula you tengok daripada left lah. Okay. So over here I think this one I can start from the left. Because from the left tu ada benda yang I can change. Like secant. Cikgu boleh tukar secant. I can change tangent. Okay. So you see lah siapa yang nak tukar. Okay. Tukar dulu. Secant and tangent. Kenapa cikgu nak tukar secant dan tangent? Sebab on the right hand side, I have my sine and my cos. So I might have an idea. Itu adalah idea yang pertama. Cikgu nak tukar secant tu jadi 1 over cos. Cikgu nak tukar tangent tu jadi sine over cos. Sine x over cos x. Anyone got it already? Anyone able to show? You can let me know. Anyone found it already? Found the way? Good, good, good. Okay, so Cristiano found it already. Good job. Okay, okay, Amber. I wait, huh? I wait, huh? Actually, kan, if you got it, kan, it's like a how to say, a feeling of accomplishment, no? Macam, oi, saya dapat sudah bangga ni. Okay, it's always that kind of feeling, right? Last time when I do this, kan, I tell you, I do so much, no, so many pages I tak dapat, and then once I got it, kan, it's like so relief, it's like so sweet lah. Dia punya fruit tu, oh my goodness. Yes, 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 Amber. Correct, correct, correct. Because it's difficult, bah. I can tell you this is not easy lah. This is not easy, okay? If your teacher say, ini easy lah ini. No lah, okay? I tell you it's not easy. Dia tidak senang. If you can get it kan, really good. Sangat bagus. Ya, ya. I know Cikgu Kong, Jaref. Cikgu kenal sangat dengan dia. Cikgu kenal sangat dengan dia lah. Even because last I've been teaching tuition at Maths for quite some time already, bah. Jadi a lot of at Maths student that from Cikgu Kong, they ada join class Cikgu lah. I mean in the center last time lah, in the center last time, and then they always say about Cikgu Kong. Cikgu Kong ada juga because dia adalah seorang marker dekat for Maths. He is one of the marker for Maths, and I'm in the same team lah. Cikgu team sama dengan dia. Cikgu Kong selalu cakap, ini senang punya, apa tidak boleh. And then my student last time tell me, bah, apa tu? Dia cakap dia tak berani tanya soalan dengan Cikgu Kong. Betul ke, Jaref? Nanti Cikgu Kong marah-marah. Betul lah. Tak berani mereka tanya dengan Cikgu Kong. Last time I have a lot of college punya student, bah. Time tu belum pandemic lah, belum pandemic kan. It's like one whole class kan. Mostly adalah from college lah, last time my student. Kalau you ingat mereka Jill, if you know your senior kan. Jill lah, Jill Eva. If you know senior Owen. Semua mereka dengan Sir lah last time. Memang mereka pun dengan Cikgu Kong juga last time. Your super duper senior, 2 tahun yang lepas lah. 2 years ago. Tak ada yang berani tanya. Kena juga kan? Siapa lagi lah? Mereka orang I forgot the name. Tiffany, Audrey, so many lah. Okay, so F. You want me to do, Amber? Or you still want more time? Oh, start already. It's okay, it's okay. So, let us do step by step. Okay, Amber, did you change this one? Second, change to become what? 1 over cos kan? Okay, step by step. You see kalau betul, you tick lah. And then minus, this one is sin x over cos x. Correct, ma? Correct, huh? Okay, next. What happened here? Cross multiply, huh? Can I change this one to become 1 minus sine x straight away, guys? 1 minus sine x over this one I change to become cos x. Can I do that, kah? Boleh kan? 其实 cross multiply 也可以啦 okay? So actually kan, I follow Amber first lah. I follow Amber first lah. Cross multiply pun boleh lah. Tapi actually kan, because the base is the same mah, correct? The base is the same. But then if let's say you want to say it's cross multiplying, I try see whether get it or not. So I try first. Okay, I follow Amber first. I try follow Amber first. If tak dapat, baru cikgu buat cikgu punya balik. Okay, so over here, 1 times cos is cos x minus sin x cos x, and then over cos square x. This is what you get lah, huh? Amber, huh? Can, huh? Can, huh? And then later on, you might see things like this, huh? Cos x keluarkan lah. Lepas tu, atas tu tinggal 1 minus sin x lah, huh? Okay, not? Cos square x, huh? Correct, Amber? Can also, Amber, actually, I can get the same answer by using your method. Okay, your method also can get the same answer. Amber, okay? Yeah. Alright, next. Apa jadi? Cos square. Because down here is sine mah. Nampak? 1 plus sine mah. So over here, how to change cos square become sine? Cos x atas. Lepas tu 1 minus sine x. Bawah tu 1 minus sine square x. Correct? Cos square becomes 1 minus sine square. Yes. And then, this one I can do something like this. Cos x, I have 1 minus sine x. And then bawah ni jadi 1 minus sine x, 1 plus cos x. Correct? 1 plus cos x pula 1 plus sine x. Aduh, 1 plus sine x. Correct? Yes, Amber, okay, throw away this one. Hui yo. Dapat sudah. 1 plus sin x. Okay lah. Dapat sudah. Sean. Okay. boleh你到哪里Amber？ 你到哪一个 part？ 到这边？到这边好了吗？差一点差一点而已。OK 啦到这边了到这边 OK 了你做到这边okay, you see which part is wrong and then you try to do correction. Cristiano, yes. You're on 1 minus sine square. 1 minus sine square. Up until here, 1 minus sine square. Okay. Tell me what do you do first, Cristiano? Do you do the same step as mine, 1, 2, 3? The first step, same, You use secant x minus tangent x, okay. So, what do you do with that? Did you change to 1 over cos or you do something else? Or you change to 1 over cos. So, the first step is the same. The second step? Is it the same? The second step? The second step, not the same already. You put 1 minus sine square, 1 minus sine x over cos x lah. Is this what you do? Okay. So you see 1 minus sine x over cos x kan? Okay. So tell me what next? What happened next? You multiply with 1 plus sine x kah? Is that what you do? Yes, okay lah, can also, same thing also, okay. So that's why this one just now I follow apa ni Amber punya method kan. Amber say cross multiply, so cross multiply, I also get the same thing Okay, so if let's say I want to use Cristiano punya method, I will show you later on. Okay, apa yang Cristiano buat so everyone, if you are okay, are you okay with this one so far? Can already tak? Boleh kah? If you multiply with, let me see for Cristiano 1 plus sine x kan, then 1 plus sine x kan, so atas tu dapat 1 minus sine square, sama je lah, so you dapat cos x, and bawah tu 1 plus sine x, sama je actually. Okay, so I will do yang Cristiano punya. So that's why I said to you, there are banyak method actually to answer this question. There are so many different ways. Right, so over here, I will show you down here yang cara Cristiano punya. So Cristiano, you get the answer already, right? You got the answer already, right? So kita tengok apa cara dia. Now, basically, you have a few ways lah to do this. But then this is another one which is a bit advanced punya. Cara Cristiano a bit advanced, which is like this. Cristiano says, from here, daripada step number 1 kan, dia tak buat cross multiply. Okay, from step number 1, I'm going to do here. Okay, you tengok 1 over cos x, and then minus sin x over cos x. Yeah, so let's say I start from here. This is what Cristiano did lah, which I was about to do at first just now, which is 1 minus sin x over cos x. Macam ni. So far boleh Up until here, everyone you can see lah. Dua cara sebenarnya pun boleh dapat benda yang sama. Okay, so you see this is what Cristiano is doing. Cristiano fikir dia fikir macam ni. Bawah ni ada 1 plus sin x. Bawah tu ada 1 plus sin x. Tapi kan dekat sini, cos ni tak boleh tukar jadi 1 plus sin x. Jadi apa Cristiano buat adalah, dia darab dengan pecahan 1 plus sin x atas, bawah pun 1 plus sin x. Dia tambah satu pecahan kat tepi. You change one, you buat satu pecahan di tepi. So, but then the pecahan kan, the fraction must be the same. The numerator and the denominator must be the same. Okay, so far masih okay? Alright, so over here, I will do this cikgu akan buat macam ni. This one yang atas ni, I will multiply one with di atas. Okay, atas dengan di atas tu darab. So, kita dapat like this. 1 minus sin x. Lepas tu, 1 plus sin x. Bawah dengan bawah tu, you darab juga. So, divide by cos x. And then 1 plus sin x. I like that. Okay? Jangan pula kamu pergi buang ni don't tell me you buang tu balik lah. You buang tu balik memang you dapat balik yang ni lah. Dapat balik yang ni, lepas tu buat lagi kan. So, over here, don't do that. Alright, so what happens is that you have to try and kembangkan. You have to try and kembangkan. Means that you have to expand it. Expand ni, maksudnya di atas ni kan. Yang atas ni, this is what you get. 1 minus sin square. You dapat 1 minus sin square. And then bawah tu, kekalkan jadi cos x, 1 plus sin x. Kekalkan macam tu. And then last step is, 1 minus sin x change to become cos square x. 1 minus sin square jadi cos square. Bahagi dengan cos x and then 1 plus sin square. Tak ada tempat. Sekejap Okay, I write it down here. So, it becomes cos square x over cos x 1 plus sin x. Last step. Buang square dengan cos. So, jawapan cos x over 1 plus sin x. Is this the method that you are doing, Cristiano? Same thing? Sama sebiji? Yes, okay, good. So, mana-mana cara pun boleh juga sebenarnya, right? Amber, which one do you like? Yours. Method yang first cikgu buat tu tadi macam mana? Okay, cikgu tak darab dengan 1 plus sin x tapi cikgu darab dengan cos x. Okay, so over here. Sama jugalah, dia ada sedikit yang cikgu nak bagi tahu kat sini, which is 1, cikgu buat kat luar lah. Wait give me some time I put it outside. Okay, I will start off with, let me see 1 over cos x minus sin x over cos x kan? Okay, so start from here. So what I did was, I have 1 minus sin x over cos x. Okay, masih lagi sama macam ni. Tetapi kan, dekat sebelah ni, cikgu kena darab dengan cos x. Cikgu darab dengan cos x. So this is what I do. I multiply by cos x over cos x. Okay, cikgu buat macam ni. Right? But actually, you will get the same thing also lah. Don't worry You kan dapat benda yang sama juga. So atas tu, you dapat cos x. Lepas tu, you ada 1 minus sin x. Bawah ni akan dapat cos square x. Kenapa cikgu darab dengan cos x kan? Sebab dia punya soalan dia, if you look back at the question kan, atas tu ada cos x. Nampak tak? Atas tu ada cos x. So that's why cikgu kena wujudkan cos x tu. Alright? So cikgu kena wujudkan cos x tu means that I have to add something. Cikgu kena tambahkan cos x over cos x supaya ada cos x tu di atas. This is my method lah. Actually, it's the same idea dengan Cristiano, same thing. But then I change to cos x over cos x. Sebab cos x over cos x is equals to 1 kan? Ini samaan 1. So it doesn't change the original part. Dia tidak tukar yang original part tu. So that's why cikgu tambahkan cos over cos. Okay? So that I can get something like cos di atas. Itulah sebabnya kenapa cikgu tukar lah. And then over here, supposedly this one, I can write it out first. Cos x over 1 plus sin x. Okay? Cikgu buat macam tu. So this one is the right hand side. This is the right hand side tadi. So now, what happened is that, now since that I have multiplying with the cos x already, Angeline, okay nak? So, kamu akan cuba fikirkan cos square ni boleh tukar tidak jadi 1 minus sin square? Boleh tukar jadi 1 minus sin square kan? So, you have cos x, and then 1 minus sin x, and then bahagi dengan 1 minus sin square x. And then cikgu pecahkan cos x, 1 minus sin x, bawah tu 1 minus sin x, and then 1 plus sin x. And then buang-buang. Buang atas, buang bawah. So jawapan kamu cos x over 1 plus sin x. This is my way lah. Tapi actually semua cara pun lebih kurang sama aja dia punya panjang dia. Tidaklah ada yang lebih pendek lah. If you have a shorter one kan, let me know Kalau ada cara yang lebih pendek kan, bagi tahu saya. Maybe I overlook. Okay, sometimes because dia banyak sangat cara kan. Kadang-kadang kita terfikir benda lain. We try to think of a different way. Okay, kalau siapa yang dah jumpa cara lebih pendek kan, you let me know. Right? This is so far that I have done lah. Ini yang cikgu dah buat. Christiana punya pun cikgu dah tunjukkan. Amber punya cara pun okay tadi. Okay, Amber punya cara pun dah cikgu tunjukkan juga. Okay? Alright? So, choose. Angeline. Are you okay, Angeline? Okay lah. Alright. So, actually, banyak cara sebenarnya nak dapatkan jawapan dia. Not limited to one lah. Bukan satu saja cara dia. Jareth, you can understand, Jareth? You can actually screenshot this one if you want to. Okay, kalau you nak screenshot this one, please do screenshot. Alright, so we'll look at this one. Jareth, boleh Okay, good. Tengoklah mana-mana cara pun boleh juga sebenarnya. Okay, so after this, okay, we are going to solve some values. Okay, kita nak cerita macam mana cari nilai X ni This one is 2 marks. Okay, normally this one question come out kan. Soalan-soalan macam yang A, B, C, D, E, F ni. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 question over here. There are only 2 marks lah. When you're asked to show, when you're asked to prove, dia cuma 2 markers saja. 2 marks only. Okay. Tapi kalau soalan kat bawah ni kan, question down here. Okay, the one down here. This one might give you around 3 marks. 3 marks saja kan. Yeah. Tapi dia akan keluar dalam paper 1 kamu lah. This question here will come out in your paper 1, right? Intermediate punya soalan you come out in your paper 1 around 3 marks only. Okay, 3 marks, sometimes even worse 2 marks only, right? So now I can rub this off. Ada siapa nak tanya soalan tak? Before I rub off the part F. Ada siapa nak tanya soalan F? Kalau you mau screenshot, you do screenshot first, okay, before I rub it off. Debbie, semua boleh ikut Debbie? Semua step boleh ikut? Okay alright Shalin, Bridget, boleh lagi Kalau ada masalah jangan segan, jangan silu jangan malu, jangan segan, okay? Tanya saja. Don't be shy, alright? Okay, I'm going to throw this one away. Okay, everything I throw away. So that I will start with question A Kita tengok. How are we going to find the answers over here? Okay, macam mana kita nak cari jawapan untuk nilai X? Bila question says that find the values of X in the range of 0 until 360. First of all kan, maybe I don't want to start with this question lah. Okay, cikgu tak mau start dengan soalan ni. Let's say I start with this question. Tangent X. I start with just a normal example. Okay, tangent X equals to 3. Katakanlah ini soalan kamu. This is your question over here. Let's say this is your question. Tangent X equals to 3. So, what am I going to do? And then soalan cakap, X is in between 0 and 360. Dia cakap macam tu Kenapa pentingnya, this one kenapa penting condition tu, nanti cikgu bagi tahu kamu, okay? Let's say, tangent X equals to 3. How am I going to solve for X? Anyone can tell me. This is the easy one. Ini simple Tangent X equals to 3. Macam nak cari X? X is equals to tangent inverse 3. Correct or not? Betul lah? Can Yeah. So, tangent inverse 3. Tell me what's the answer? What is tangent inverse 3? You can type in the comment messages if you got the answer. What's that? Give me 2 decimal number. 71 point. Ada siapa yang tak boleh tekan? 71.57 Very good. Okay, anyone cannot tekan Let me know Jangan malu Kalau tak boleh tekan, bagi tahu Malu you rugi Okay, semua dapat tekan 71.57. Okay, 71.57. I need to tell you something This is not the final answer. Ini bukan jawapan dia saja. This is not the only answer. Anyone know apa jawapan satu lagi? Siapa tahu? Ini bukan satu jawapan je. Oh, ada satu lagi jawapan. Oh. Anyone knows kah? What is the other answer? No, not radian. Still in degree. Masih dalam degree lagi. Dia ada dua jawapan. Ada dua jawapan. 360 minus the answer? Not really. Not that one. So, no. Satu lagi jawapan dia 251.57. How do I know this answer? Macam mana cikgu dapat ni? Okay, listen carefully. That's why I don't want to jump into the example straight away. Cikgu bagi yang simple saja dulu. Okay, so listen carefully. How do I get these two answers? Okay, macam mana cikgu dapat dua jawapan ni? Alright, listen. When we talk about sine, cos, and tangent, kan, we always have to consider about the quadrant. Alright, we always have to consider about the quadrant. Let's say I do it outside first. Okay, cikgu tak mau cerita dengan soalan yang susah dulu. I just talk about the simple one first. Okay, let's say tangent x equals to 3 just now, kan. Ambil satu contoh macam ni. Your x is equals to tangent inverse 3, alright? If you press calculator, you should get a 71.57 degree. And this is not the end of the story. You have to understand this. This is not the end of the story because the value of x is given to you from 0 until 360 degree. You have one full turn for you to consider. Mana lagi satu jawapan? Okay, listen. When we talk about the quadrant, if you still remember, kan, all science teacher crazy. Okay, all science teacher crazy. This is the quadrant that you learn in your modern maths, and also you do the same thing for your Addmath. Alright? This 71.57 is over here. 71.57. This is one of the answer. That is one of the answer, which is correct. Sebab nilai tangent kamu positive. Your tangent value 3 is positive, kan? So kalau dia positive, it's on the first quadrant and on the third quadrant. It's on the third quadrant also. So kalau third quadrant kamu, macam nak kira third quadrant kamu? So you have to calculate from 0, kan? Go all the way here. So what do you do? 180 plus 71.57. Is that okay? So that's why you get another answer, which is 251.57 degree. Is it okay or not? So you dah jawapan x. You have two values of x. Got it? Okay. So that's why you have to reconsider looking at your apa ni, you punya condition x kamu. Look at your range x. Alright, Now I'm going to tell you something. Listen. That's why, kan, the range is very important. Dia punya range tu sangat penting. Range kamu, kan, kalau dia cakap macam ni lah, 0 until 180. Are you going to give me this answer? No, you takkan bagi jawapan ni. Ini atas saja jawapan dia, 71.57. So that's why it's very important for you to notice what is the range. Apa range kamu? Kalau range kamu dia bagi 0 until 180, you just need to tell me one answer only. Kalau soalan cakap until 360, you need to give me two answers. Alright? Ada dua jawapan. So far, okay or not? Ada yang dapat terima? If you can follow, you press 1 for me. Can you type 1 if you can follow? Type 1 for me if you can follow. Okay, good. Okay, right. Now, I want to tell you something that is a bit more challenging. Okay, listen carefully. Let's say, if I have something like this, tangent... Oh, sorry. If I have tangent 2x equals to 3. What is the difference? This is x. This is 2x. Oh, nampak tak? Itu difference dia. One is x, one is 2x. Alright, itu difference dia. So now, I'm going to tell you something over here. How to solve this question. Ini sebenarnya soalan ni adalah the next subtopic lah actually. This is the next subtopic, which is the addition formula. But I just want to give you some intro first. Okay, macam ni kita dapat jawapan ni. So, for this particular question, kan, okay, listen carefully. Soalan ini, kan, you kena tengok you punya range juga. Your range is given. Let's say, example tadi is until 360 degree. This is the range for the value of x. Okay? Tapi kalau you tengok sini, this is 2x. Dia adalah 2x. Kalau 2x, you have to tukar x tu jadi 2x. You have to change to become 2x. So now, your range is from 0 until 720 degree. Semua tu kena darab dengan 2. Ini darab 2, ini pun darab 2. Dapat terima? So now, this is your range. Your new range. Range kamu dah bertukar. Your range has changed. Okay? Listen one more thing. This thing here, kalau cikgu nak solve kan, dia akan dapat macam ni. 2x equals to tangent inverse 3. Because I know that 2x is equals to tangent inverse 3 is 71.57 degree ataupun 251.57 degree. Correct not? But then, I tell you something. Just because kita sudah increase your your limit, you punya limit ni, you punya range ni sampai 720 degree. 720 degree maksudnya dia jalan dua pusingan. So if I were to talk about your quadrant, kan, satu pusingan 2 pusingan. Dia jalan 2 pusingan. Kalau dia jalan 2 pusingan, maksudnya you have to add another 2 answers. So what is another 2 answers? Very simple. Nilai pertama tu, you tambah dengan 360. Sebab pusingan yang kedua, dia menjadi pusingan yang kedua, right? So let's say you have 71.57, you plus 360, you akan dapat 431.57. So your third answer is 431.57. That's your answer number 3. Answer number 4 is this one plus 360, okay? So 251.57 plus 360. You akan dapat 611.67. 611.57. So you have 4 answers. What do you think? Are you okay not with this one? Dapat terima kah? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sampai situ kan? Belum habis cerita lagi oh. The method is not done ya. Sebab ini adalah 2x kan? You nak cari x. Everything you have to divide by 2. 71.57 divide by 2. 251.57 divide by 2, 431.57 divide by 2, 611.57 you divide by 2. Everything divide by 2. So 71.57 divide by 2, you get 35.79, okay? And then 251.57 divide by 2, you get 125.79. Okay, and then 431.57 divided by 2, you get 215.79, and the last one is 611.57 divided by 2, you get 305.79. So this is what you can do if you are looking into 2x. Kalau you punya soalan tu dia bagi 2x. Kalau bagi 3x lagi 3 kali lagi. Okay, ada 6 jawapan kemungkinan besar. You have 6 answers. What do you think about this? But this is the next subtopic lah. Ada siapa yang rasa-rasa boleh terima kah? Can you raise up your hand? Raise up your hand pula. You tekan 1. Siapa yang tak boleh terima? Tekan 2. Okay. If this is too difficult kan? 2 If this is too difficult, nanti kita cerita lagi ya. Don't worry so much. This one is the second subtopic lah. Subtopic yang akan datang. Okay. Quite complicated, yes. Dia memang lah. That's why this topic is a killer one lah. Kalau your teacher tell you kan, this is easy lah. That's why I said to you lah. Kalau you punya cikgu cakap this is easy kan, memang dia tipu kamu lah. Right? Memang dia tipu kamu lah. Okay, so over here, let's say I go back to this one, alright? So go back to the question. Go back to the question. Look at the question now. Let's say we talk about question A, right? I will go slowly with you. Don't worry, cikgu akan buat pelan-pelan. I will do slowly with you, right? That one just now was the intro lah, okay? Intro pun susah sudah. Tengok macam mana kita nak buat ni, right? So just do step by step. First of all, berapa markah untuk soalan macam ni? 3 markah, 3 marks. 3 marks only. Around 3 marks. 3 markah, 3 marks. If you ask me the whole topic kan, untuk trigonometry kan, berapa markah you akan dapat? Around 7 to 10 marks. 7 sampai 10 markah. Untuk the whole chapter, trigonometric function. Around that lah. Okay, around that. I cannot promise dia punya markah stick . So kadang-kadang dia bagi soalan yang senang, dia mungkin markah dia lebih sikit lah. Kalau soalan susah, mungkin markah dia lebih besar sikit, okay? Alright, so now let us look at question number 2 here. Find the value of x kan. First of all kan, you nampak kan ada tangent x, you nampak ada secant square x. Okay, I'm going to do it outside lah. Cikgu nak buat benda ni di luar. So I'll do it outside for you. You're going to see it clearer. Okay, so what do we have here? 5 plus tangent x and then equals to 3 secant square x. Okay, let's say we want to try and get the answer for x. Kita nak dapatkan jawapan x ni . Right, let me ask you one question. Can you change anything here? Secant square x, boleh tukar tak? Jadi something to do with tangent. Can I change it to become tangent? Anyone can try. Apa secant square x tu dalam bentuk tangent? Based on the basic identities just now that I told you. Based on the basic identities. What is that? Secant square tukar jadi apa? You can refer to your basic identities. What is that? Secant square is equals to what? 1 over cos square. 1 over cos square. I want to change to become tangent. I want to do something with tangent. I want to change to become tangent. Tangent square x plus 1. Everyone okay? So ini dia akan jadi 3 darab dengan tangent square x plus 1. Based on your basic identities. Tangent square x plus 1. Everyone dapat terima? Dapat dah? Because cikgu dah minta kamu salin dia punya basic identities tadi kan? In the beginning of the class. Okay, so from that basic identities, you see. Secant square, actually dia punya formula yang cikgu bagi kamu tadi macam ni kan? Tangent square x plus 1 equals to secant square x kan? So you tukar saja secant square x tu jadikan tangent square x plus 1. Alright? So lepas tu kan, you nampak ada tangent. You see tangent over here. Kalau dia sama family, most likely that's it. Kamu tak boleh tukar lagi. Tak perlu tukar apa-apa lagi. Don't change anything anymore, right? Because your job now is not to prove. Your job is not to prove. Your job is to solve. You nak cari nilai x kamu. You want to solve the value of x, okay? So when you get the same family, kalau nampak family tangent kan, ada satu square, it's okay. Don't worry about that. We will try to just rearrange everything. Cikgu akan rearrange everything and make sure you get something like a quadratic equation after this. Okay, so this is, let's look at this one. Let's try. First encounter, memang you akan rasa blur. First encounter, tapi lepas kita buat banyak kali kan, I think for sure you can get it, it will be easier for you to see. Right, so over here, what happened is that, apa yang akan berlaku adalah, kalau follow instinct kan, mungkin you darab masuk. Darab masuk lah. Boleh lah darab masuk. Apa jadi? 5 plus tangent x equals to 3 tangent square x plus 3. Okay? Sampai situ masih okay? Alright, lepas you dah darab masuk, can I just move everything here to the back? I move it to the back. So what do I get here? 3 tangent square x. Kalau plus tangent, tukar jadi minus tangent x. Lepas tu plus 3 kan? Lepas tu minus 5 equals to 0. Is this okay kah? You want to change to become your quadratic format. Bentuk quadratic kamu. Quadratic form. You want to change to become quadratic form. Okay. What is 3 minus 5? 3 tangent, 3 tangent square x minus tangent x minus 2 equals to 0, right? Do you see that this is quadratic kah? Nampak tak ini macam quadratic? 3x square minus x minus 2. Dapat perasan tak dia macam quadratic? Macam kan? Macam bentuk quadratic kan? Tangent tu you anggap dia macam x. Okay? Make sure you punya tangent tu you anggap dia macam x. That's why I said kan, you mesti ada family yang sama. Tapi ada juga soalan yang tak ada family yang sama lah. Okay, so kalau ada family yang sama, that is the easiest part. Okay, kalau ada family yang sama, that is the easiest question. Macam ni lah, ini adalah considered as the easiest one lah. Alright, sebab dia punya family boleh tukar jadi sama. So tangent and tangent, they are of the same family. So over here kan, what you want to do is that, press your calculator, EQN. Cuba tekan calculator EQN. Tekan dulu and tell me what is your x. Tekan calculator and tell me what's your x. You have two values of x. 1, okay, one more. Negative kan? Okay, give me in terms of fraction. Give me fraction. Negative what? Negative 2 over 3 kan? Negative 2 over 3 ya. Give me fraction negative 2 over 3. So over here kan, you see I will write this way. Tangent x equals to 1. Tangent x equals to negative 2 over 3. I will do that. Right? Cikgu akan buat macam tu. Lepas tu kan, buat kurungan balik. Treat it like your x. Kamu akan anggap dia macam x kamu. So over here, kalau plus 1, naik atas jadi minus 1. So tangent x minus 1. Yang ini, tukar jadi, this one change to become 3 tangent x and then plus 2. Boleh tak? Boleh. Dia macam x kan? Kalau x sama dengan 1, kalau x sama dengan negative 2 over 3 kan? So you buat dalam kurungan tu, dia dah jadi x minus 1. Lepas tu this one is 3x plus 2 kan? Same thing saja. Cuma kamu tukar x tu jadi tangent x. You change to become tangent x. Okay Nat? Tukar jadi tangent x lah. First encounter memang dia macam alien lah. Dia macam alien benda ni, okay? So that's why this topic here, okay, as I told you lah, memang dia banyak benda yang baru, and I always ask you to join the class. Okay, if possible, join the class because every single class benda yang sangat-sangat baru. Alright, every time you will see a new thing coming in. Alright, so now over here, I just want to make sure that everyone is okay up until this side. Sebab belum jawapan akhir tau. Masih lagi panjang langkah dia. Panjang lagi langkah dia. Okay, first of all, is this step okay? First one. Everyone okay or not? Kalau okay, hit me with one. Hit me with one. Tekan satu. Kalau okay. Kalau okay, tekan satu ah. Okay. Alright. Step 2. Okay or not? Kalau okay, tekan 2. Kalau okay, tekan 2. Step 2. Okay, tekan 2. Okay, tekan 2. Step 2 ah. Darab masuk ah, tekan 2 ah. Okay, good. Step 3. Is this okay? Step 3. Tekan 3. Press 3 if you can. Press 3 ah. Alright ah. Okay now. Boleh ah? Step 4. Press 4 if you can. Press 4. 4 if you can. 4. Alright, good job. Okay, kalau boleh sampai situ, no line, hilang tadi. Okay, 4 ah. 5, 6, 7. Oh, bagus. Alright, now over here kan, this one here, EQN, I think this one, everybody can lah. Tekan calculator saja kan, okay? So, EQN tekan calculator saja. This one, 5. Okay not? 5? Sini, 5. Okay ah? 5, okay ah? Alright. Then this one 6 and 7 lah, okay lah. Amber, okay lah. Alright, so maksudnya semua sampai sini semua okay ah? Kalau semua okay, bagus ah. Boleh teruskan sudah? Can I move on? Can ah? I can move on ah. Boleh ah? Alright, good. How to move on ah? X. Apa jawapan dia? Tangent inverse 1. I like that. Tangent inverse 1. What is X? 45 degree kan? Tekan calculator dulu. Tell me what you get. Is it 45 degree? Yes? Yes ah? Tapi bukan jawapan akhir oh. It's not the final answer oh. What happened now ah? Apa yang berlaku sekarang? Quadrant. 45 is over here. Because tangent is positive kan? So maksudnya ada satu lagi. Sini, 45. So what do you do? From 0, count until 45. Sampai third quadrant. So what do you get there? 180 plus 45. Correct. 180 plus 45. 225. Okay? So dapat this one. Dapat sudah. This one is one part. Satu bahagian je belum selesai lagi You kena tengok ni lagi. This one. Tangent x equals to negative 2 over 3. Okay, so x equals to tangent. Now, remember not in your modern maths kan, dalam modern maths kamu, kalau ada tanda negatif, you kena abaikan. So, means that when you press calculator, you put 2 over 3 only. You press calculator, shift tangent 2 over 3. What do you get there? 33.69. Betul tak? Okay, 33.69. But then I tell you something. This may not be the final answer. This angle here is just the reference angle. Okay, dia cuma reference angle kamu saja. Sebab apa? Sebab you punya tangent tu negatif bah. Tangent kamu tu negatif. Kalau tangent kamu negatif, which quadrant are we talking about? Quadrant number 1, 2, 3, 4. Mana satu yang negatif untuk tangent? Which one is negative for tangent? Remember? Mana satu negatif? Very good. So 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is negative for tangent. So sekarang you kena letakkan you punya reference angle, which is 33.69. So over here, you kena cari you punya angle yang baru from 0 degree up until here. So itu adalah jawapan kamu sebenarnya. Jadi therefore you punya x ni, this is just the reference angle X reference saja. So jawapan yang sebenar adalah 180 minus 33.69, which you get 146.31. Okay, and satu lagi jawapan which is from here go up until here. So 360 minus 33.69, you get 326.31. 326.31 degree. There you go. This is the final answer. So you have 4 answers. 4 jawapan kamu. Kamu ada 4 jawapan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then if you ask me, di mana markah kamu? Where is your marks? Your marks satu dekat sini. 1 mark here. Okay. And then all your answers correct baru dapat markah. This one is another mark. And then semua jawapan ni betul 4 tu betul Betul habis baru dapat 1 markah. So jawapan dia 3 markah lah. 3 marks all for this. Okay, 3 markah aja. What do you think about this one? Do you like this one? It's very interesting actually. The steps so panjang. Yalah. Sangat panjang step dia. This chapter is interesting actually. This chapter is interesting. Just that there are banyak sangat yang you have to consider. There are so many things that you have to consider. Banyak benda yang kamu akan belajar, which is new lah, okay, totally new untuk kamu orang, right? And this topic lah basically, banyak benda yang sangat baru. Dia lain daripada topik yang lain. It's totally different, okay, totally different. There's nothing the same lah basically. Tak ada benda yang sama dengan yang topik-topik sebelum ni. It stands on its own. Dia sendiri ni, okay? Right. Now, do you have anything you want to ask? This is one question, alright? It's 11 o'clock already. I would like you to try out question B and question C first. Okay, cuba soalan B dengan soalan C. Alright. Yeah. Memang banyak benda yang perlu diajar dalam bab ni. So that's why I can't really go so fast. Okay, if I go fast kan dia macam tak dengar apa-apa kan. Okay, macam tak tahu langsung kan. So that's why I try my best to go slower lah. Kalau you rasa you boleh buat soalan ni kan, you can actually go further your own, right? You boleh buat soalan B, soalan C kamu sendiri. Okay, if you can do this one already, right? If you do not have any problem lah. Okay. Anyone want to ask anything before we end the class? Ada siapa nak tanya soalan? Debbie? Oh, bye bye Cristiano, bye bye. Okay, Bridget tak ada lagi ya. Debbie ada soalan? Angeline? Amber? Gerald? No, huh? Okay, so you can leave the class now. Alright, so if you have anything to ask, you can stay back for a while. Alright, so I think that's all for today's class. Bye bye, thank you, bye bye. Have a nice day, take care. See you next week. Okay, bye. See you next week. Oh, bye bye, Amber. Yes, Shalin, yeah. Yeah, tanya. For the homework, okay. You have done it? You dah buat dah? You snap a photo for me to check, boleh? You snap a photo lah. Okay. You want me to check now kah? I think better you send to me. Nanti cikgu check, boleh? Yes. Okay, tak apa. You share with me, alright? So because lepas ni cikgu ada something else going on. After that, I cikgu share untuk kamu, okay? Maybe tonight lah, Can anak? Boleh. Later you let me know lah. Bagi tahu mana satu yang you nak cikgu terangkan balik, and which one you have done, and I'll check with you also, okay? Okay. Alright. Because today my class is quite packed, jadi I will reply you once I'm free. Is that okay? Okay. Bye.